Yo, what is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about LaMelo Ball and some news surrounding him. And if you look at the Hornets, they're second to last in the Eastern Conference. They are not looking good at all. And when a team is not good, rumors about their star players start to circulate, as we got a tweet from NBA Central saying LaMelo Ball is a name to watch on the trade market this summer. And this is per Mike A. Scotto, and his whole quote basically says, following the Luka Doncic trade, NBA executives around the league have expanded their horizons on which potential stars could be next to change teams. The availability of Hornets guard LaMelo Ball is one of the stars several executives who spoke with Hoops Hype will be monitoring on the trade market this summer. And I mean, that's kind of big. I mean, LaMelo Ball is a great player. Obviously, he has some flaws in his game, but I mean, he's still a good player. He can give you 26, 27 a night. And that is exactly what he's averaging. He's averaging 26, 5, and 7. He's having 3.5 turnovers, though, and he's actually shooting 41%. It's on this picture, but he's shooting 41% from the field. So, you know, he's not having the most efficient season, and it's basically obvious that he's doing whatever the hell he wants in the court because the team is so bad. But it is interesting to me that someone of LaMelo Ball's caliber is getting tossed in trade talks. I mean, he's 23 years old. He's still super young, not even close to his prime yet. He's a lot of time to develop, but obviously when a team is this bad and they still are tanking, you know, someone of that caliber who's an all-star caliber probably could be in trade rumors or probably could be moved, you know? I mean, if Luka Doncic, who's 25 and led his team to the NBA Finals last season, is getting traded, then obviously someone who's on the second to worst team in the NBA could be traded, you know? And there's not much bright spots for the Hornets because Brandon Miller is actually out for the season, if you didn't already know, which does push their team back another year because, I mean, the growth of the Hornets is basically depending on Brandon Miller because he was their second overall pick last year. He had a great rookie season, so you're looking to maybe have him hopefully jump into stardom either this season or his third year. And if he's out for the whole season, that kind of pushes their plans back. And another year of tanking for the Hornets are probably not on LaMelo Ball's agenda. He wants to compete, probably. Maybe he's not. Maybe he doesn't. I don't really know LaMelo Ball. He's an interesting guy. But he probably wants to compete soon. That's just what I'm going to assume. So, you know, the Hornets are not going to be competing anytime soon. So, yeah, a potential trade for LaMelo Ball does actually kind of make sense in that realm. As we look at some teams the LaMelo Ball could go to, we have the Rockets, the Magic, the Warriors, and the Raptors. So we're going to go by each team. I mean, the Rockets, that would be cool. You know, pair him up with Jalen Green. You have a lot of trade assets. Like the Rockets have the trade assets to trade for any star in the league, in my opinion. They have a lot of draft picks. They have a lot of young players. So LaMelo Ball actually is not a bad option because the Rockets are a young and upcoming team. So if they can trade away some of their guys, you know, have LaMelo Ball be their starting point guard for the future next to Jalen Green and Amen Thompson, that could be a good option. I like that option for them. And then we have the Orlando Magic, which is also interesting because they have a lot of guards on their team, but obviously they're going to be willing to trade some of them for a LaMelo Ball caliber guy. The Magic are a pretty good defensive team. They're a pretty tall team too. If they have LaMelo Ball, who's 6'7", if they have LaMelo Ball on that front court, or that back court, my bad, you have Franz Wagner, who's also super tall. You have Paulo, who's super tall. I mean, Jalen Suggs, if you keep him, he's a decently tall guy. So the Magic could be scary, and they're struggling this year. Obviously, Jalen Suggs is out, but they are a good candidate, in my opinion, for LaMelo Ball. Next, we have the Warriors, which hurts me because we could have drafted him. You know, we drafted James Wiseman, who honestly did make sense at the time, but, you know, it kind of hurts because we could have had LaMelo Ball on our freaking team, and we got nothing. We got Gary Payton Jr. in return for that, basically, because we traded away Wiseman for Gary Payton, whatever. But we have the Raptors also, and that's interesting because I've heard some trade rumors from some of their guys, and, you know, Scotty Barnes does need some help. He is having a good year, but Scotty Barnes probably needs, like, another star next to him if the Raptors want to compete anytime soon, because the Raptors are also struggling this year, so I actually do like the Raptors as well. But my favorite team, honestly, here is the Rockets. It makes a lot of sense. Warriors, I don't really see it. Magic, I do see it actually too. Rockets and Magic are my first two options, and I like also the Raptors as well. That's definitely not a bad option. So, you know, LaMelo Ball on the trade market, where do you think he can go? The LaMelo Ball era in Charlotte might be coming to an end already, and I don't know, man. The Hornets kind of just look like a cursed franchise at this point. You had Kemba, didn't do much with him. You had LaMelo, thinking you have a bright future, and you haven't really done anything with him. Maybe a play-in. I think they made the play-in that one year, but I don't even remember really. That was just a blur. That quarantine era was just a blur. But, I mean, you haven't really done much with LaMelo Ball, and you're going to trade him maybe and just ruin that potential that you could have had. So it's kind of crazy. The Hornets are just messing up all the time. Obviously, you can't help it because injuries. Miles Bridges has some injuries. LaMelo Ball's had some injuries. Brandon Miller had injuries. So also that doesn't help. But, you know, it just seems like the Hornets are just always having bad luck here. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments about LaMelo Ball. I do think he's an interesting trade target or trade candidate this summer. So there's that. And yeah, man, like the video, do that stuff, and we out.